Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Matt, here, and welcome to a brand new Matt movie here on the Matt's Movies channel. And today I'm going to be doing a late review for Thor Ragnarok, which of course came out on November 3rd. I've seen it, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the film. Now, just letting you know, this will be a spoiler review, so be warned if you, for some reason, haven't seen the movie. Not for some reason, but yeah. Anyways, so I've seen Thor Ragnarok, and it was really good. I really enjoyed that film. It was really awesome, really action-packed, really funny, and yeah, I really liked it. It had a lot of really cool action-packed moments in it. Like, for example, we saw Surtur in the movie. Like, we saw, like, he's like a fire creature thing, and at the end of the movie, we saw him turn giant. And he was like crushing Asgard and everything. It was really cool. So, really cool to see that. But he wasn't the main villain in the movie. Hela was. And we found out that Hela was in fact the daughter of Odin and Thor's sister. So, very cool. She is the goddess of death. And she was using some really cool powers. And her outfit was really cool. So, I really did like it. So, yeah. And and it's really cool because in the movie she like literally destroyed Mjolnir. Mjolnir is of course Thor's hammer. And the really cool thing is that in the movie we now starting to see Thor actually like manipulating his powers like from his hands, because originally he was using the lightning powers from Mjolnir, but now in this movie we see him like using it from his hands instead of actually using the hammer. So that was really awesome, and I really liked how they introduced that with this film. Like, his eyes were like glowing electricity, kind of bluish, like, and he was like shooting electricity out and everything, so it's really cool. And in the future, in like Infinity War, which by the way, the trailer was awesome. I love that trailer. But sorry if you hear that. That's just my mom. She's making soup. But anyways, I really like how because like now we're gonna see him like using his powers like that, and he lost one eye, so this time we're gonna see him with an eye patch. So in like Infinity War, we're gonna see him with one eye. The other's kind of like patched up and using his powers a different way. So that'll be really awesome. And now originally when I first like heard of the movie, I kind of had a feeling that maybe he'd be going up against Ragnarok instead, because Ragnarok is essentially is a character in the Marvel universe. He's like this person who wields Mjolnir as well. So, and since it had the name Ragnarok in it, I thought that like maybe that would mean that he'd be going up against Ragnarok. But nope, Ragnarok was actually like an event which would be when Asgard gets destroyed. And originally it was meant to be known as like he thought that Surtur was going to do that, but it ended up being Surtur did end up destroying it in the end, but it was actually like Hela. Of course, she was the main villain of the movie. So, very cool. Anyways, another really cool scene that I really liked was the encounter between Thor and Hulk. That was really cool because in this movie we see the Grand Master, which is really cool. The Grand Master is of course he's like a villain from the Marvel Universe, of course, and in this movie, we see him, which is really cool, or we see an MCU version. It's really cool because, like, the Grandmaster essentially, like, captures people, bring them together into a coliseum, or in, like, a ballerina or something, and force them to fight each other. So it's really cool, and that's kind of like a reference to, like, in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, there's like these battle arenas, and they're hosted by the Grand Master, which is really cool because he's it's really cool because... Sorry about that, my dad just came in here. But anyways, as I was saying, the battle arenas are essentially hosted by Grand Master because it's really cool because like he forces people to come together and fight and stuff like that. So it's really cool. But it's the classic Grand Master, not the MCU version. So yeah. But anyways, in the movie we see him do that. Like, essentially Thor goes into the battle arena with shaved hair and really cool new armor. And it's really cool because he essentially, people have been hearing about this champion, about the Grandmaster's champion, like the champion of like who always like wins and everything. And I actually already knew who it was because we already know like from the trailers and everything. And then we finally got to see him in action, and that was Hulk. That's right, we see the return of Hulk in this movie. It's really cool because we essentially see like Hulk fighting Thor, and it's really cool. I really love Hulk in this movie because now in the movie we actually now see him commentating and stuff. So rather than just making a bunch of like noises, we actually hear him commentating, which is really cool. Like he actually talks, and it's really cool because like again he's like Hulk is like again his own person. Hulk is Bruce Banner in another form, but it's really cool how he like considers himself as a so it's really cool, and he really makes a lot of funny jokes. Like one time he was like talking with Thor, and he walked out of this hot tub naked and stuff. But I mean, we actually saw his butt, and it was really funny. So I really liked it. It was a really funny scene. So yeah. Anyways, so as I was saying, but yeah, it was a really cool fight. Really loved it, and very cool overall. And we got to see a whole bunch of, and it's really cool because like the team that they put together to go stop Hela, they called them the Revengers, which is really cool. Get it? Like Avengers. It was really cool because it was like Avengers, but it was like Ra instead of it. In front of it, Revengers. It was like Thor, and what's also really cool is that in this movie we see Doctor Strange, which is really cool because in the movie he goes to Earth with Loki to find his father Odin, so he decides to, or he goes to Earth really by himself. No, he goes to Earth with Loki to find his father, and he encounters with Doctor Strange, which is really cool. And he finds himself in like the Sanctum Sanctorum, and he talks with Doctor Strange and stuff like that. So it was really awesome, and I really like how we see Doctor Strange, especially because the Doctor Strange movie was really good too. I wish I had done a review for that, but anyways, that was a year ago. But anyways, as I was saying, so it was a really cool, we saw a whole bunch of really cool heroes in it, like Doctor Strange, Hulk, Thor. We even saw Valkyrie, which is really cool. She was a really cool character. And we again saw the Grandmaster, Hela, Surtur. And by the way, I also didn't want to mention this one thing. The giant Surtur at the end destroying Asgard, in Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2, in the 7th level, there's like a boss fighting is like giant Surtur, so it's really cool how like they reference. So they basically have like so that is basically like an inspired scene to that moment in the film. So like the moment where where he turns giant and destroys Asgard. That's basically. So they basically have like an inspired scene in Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2 to that, which is really cool because they have like inspired scene in the main story. They have inspired scenes from Thor Ragnarok in the movie, so it's really cool how we see that, and it's really cool because again, like there's like a Colosseum, because they have I think like in one of the, I don't have the game yet, but from what I've seen, there's like a level in a Colosseum, and you have to like fight a bunch of Hulks and everything, kind of like in Lego in Thor Ragnarok. So it's really cool. But now I'm going to get on to another of the really cool things, and that's the references. There were a lot of really cool references in this movie to a bunch of really cool like characters and stuff like that. Like, for example, in the movie, Thor talks about this one time where Loki turned him into a frog, which is a reference to Throg. Throg is essentially a frog kind of version of Thor, which is really cool, who is also in Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2, so very cool. So, and it's really cool. I really like how they made a reference to that because, so it was really cool. Another really cool thing that I found was really awesome, and I actually noticed myself in the movie, and that was on the planet where the Grandmaster like hosts his like battles and everything like that. And there's he has like this huge tower where I think he like stays in or something. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but anyways, in the movie, on the side there's like a bunch of faces of I guess his like previous champions, and one of them looked like Beta Ray Bill. That is right, Beta Ray Bill. Now, if you don't know who Beta Ray Bill is, he's like I don't know, I think he's like a version of Thor or something. I don't know much about the character, but he like looks like Thor, wields Mjolnir and stuff, and his face looked his face was on the side of the tower, which was really cool. So I like that little reference in the movie. That was really awesome. And I don't know who else might have noticed it, but I noticed it for sure. So it was very cool. Now, another really cool reference was when there's this really cool shot of like the Grandmaster standing with a bunch of warriors behind him, and the awesome thing is that they all kind of like dressed up looking like Aeson the Searcher. Aeson the Searcher is like this massive celestial, and his a massive like robotic celestial, and he is really cool because he's like red and has like these 4 circles on his mask to kind of like look like his eyes, and a whole bunch of really cool armors. And those guys were kind of like had the exact same design as Aeson the Searcher, which is really awesome. That they were like, again, their suits were red and had yellow design, so it was really awesome. And I noticed that for sure because it was right there. So it was very cool, and I definitely did like it. So yeah. So, I think that wraps up this Thor Ragnarok review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then leave a like. It would be appreciated. And let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of Thor Ragnarok. Did you like it? Did you not? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Whatever. And you should expect to see maybe tomorrow a review on Justice League, which they released a couple weeks ago. So definitely expect a review for that. So yeah. So anyways, with that in mind, peace out, and I will see you later.